Solar eclipse, 9 degrees of Aries this weekend. I'm recording this at the end of March 2025. Solar eclipses tend to affect the stock market. We've had a huge event from the last lunar eclipse, which tumbled the markets down. We've got one more to go. This one, I think we've got to have a little bit of caution and be a little bit ready. I do think the markets are going to take a pretty sizable dip, my thought. Looking May, June, there's something I want to show you with this eclipse, advanced financial astrology. So anyone that's got issues with lots of information, this video probably isn't for you. This is not specific to anything. I do think maybe it all goes together, markets, crypto, I don't know. When we look at this midpoint method, we can see Uranus here is opposite the eclipse. It's screaming, shouting at each other. Never a good thing. We also have Jupiter and Pluto. We say that the eclipse is in between the two, and Uranus is also in between the two. It's really important when these big outer planets form these setups where one planet is at the point and then it's in between the middle exactly. It's called a midpoint. Why this is important, Jupiter Pluto is all about money. This is a money story here, almost without doubt. Pretty major. Uranus, it goes either way. It can be surprise, great news, didn't expect that, or it could go right the other way, shocks, did not expect that. Almost like a tornado. It's a planet that rules earthquakes, electrical blackouts, and all sorts of chaos, really. And it's really about expect the unexpected. It is a bit like the Uno card in the Uno deck. We never know which way it's going to go. I always say red or black at the casino. Now, tariffs are being announced next week. It is Mercury retrograde, and we're coming into that shadow and into the station where it gets pretty crazy. Overlying astrology is not too bad. This doesn't necessarily show up at the time. Jupiter and Pluto can serve as a bit of a warning for bankruptcy. It's a big money combination. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but we know that there's a warning perhaps of impending bankruptcy or some sort of similar story to do with money. As I said, I'm not a fan of the markets coming up. For me, it's sit and wait because there's some really good levels waiting. There's some gaps on the indexes. And I think this is the most important part of what's going to trigger that. We had the big lunar eclipse, which trashed everything. I think there's a bit more to go. We don't know for sure, but there is something here telling us something as astrologers. So just putting it out there to take a little bit of care. If you see those levels go, it may be much safer to just sit out. These eclipses can show up to a month later. They don't have to show up at the day, but watch those markets, watch the news, watch the tariffs, and just be aware it may be something else news-wise which comes and not what you can see right now. Often we have a banking story with Jupiter Pluto. It serves as a warning, even when it's in positive, which is quite interesting. So it's big money stuff. So just take a little bit of care. It could be quite a dark bounce down because there's not much support sitting under those charts. So patience and discipline. It's Mercury retrograde. We don't buy anyway. Better prices come later. If you want to buy something, put your orders in and just sit and see what happens. So beware of this solar eclipse. Who knows what's going to happen?